around. Watch for goannas, watch for cyclists.
Out of the way, you little birdies. Almost doesn't look real.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? And all the pitted pockets on it.
Stuck out in the middle of nowhere. That's a big rock stuck out nowhere. It doesn't look real. When you look up up that way, does it?
It's just, it's weird, isn't it?
Ah,
It's like someone built a wall. Yeah, welcome to a new video of Pinky's travel adventures, and Pinky's having a ride on the back of the bike around Ayers Rock, and it's a would be a massive waterfall there in the rain, so let's keep going.
I'll go past.
oh, they're cool.
Got little motors in them. Soft sand's not good, is it?
No, but they're cool bikes.
Oh, it's a beautiful ride early in the morning. The path around the rock is a little bit sandy and loose in spots, so you just have to watch where you're going. But it's really good getting up close around the rock. And being so early in the morning, it's 20 past 8. It's very cool. Cool breeze blowing, and it's cool. It's about 20 degrees, so it's excellent time to do a ride. And we might stop here for some more photos. And this is another awesome feature in the rock. Again, the water would pour down there in the rain. Be like a big waterfall. A couple of marbles over there. There's a better view of the that bowl, widened up, and the little caves up there. Some more up there. Pots. Well, I knew we shouldn't have bought her. She's been very naughty and ran up the rock. So Tracey's had to run up and get Pinky, who is actually standing on Ayers rock. Look at that. Aren't they naughty?
So weren't you allowed to take any pictures back there?
No. Secret site. Yeah, it was pretty cool, wasn't it? Paintings in this cave. The paintings in this cave are the teachings of senior man to generations of Ningia. Our people have the responsibility to keep our lands and cultural traditions strong and healthy. Not only is it important for our children, but every person who visits here. Together we look after this place and preserve our heritage for the future. A few cave paintings, pictures, wall art. Teachings.
Oh, that's amazing.
Look at those ribbons.
Yeah.
The patterns down that slope.
It's amazing, isn't it?
So many shapes around it. This is the other side of the other art gallery and much better images. They say it was used to teach the boys how to hunt. The drawings.
It's called the water hole.
No, the woodhole's over the other side.
Oh.
We lost Pinky for a minute, but she got impatient and sat on a chair waiting for us to come back from the rock art. Pinky's found another chair to sit on because she's a bit cranky because she wanted to go for a swim, but we can't. No swimming allowed in this sacred site. So this is a water pool where all the water comes in. This is amazing. You couldn't build that if you wanted to. But, those shapes and the bumps look like footholds. It's massive. Okay, what's your first impressions of Ayers Rock?
Oh, it's just amazing. It just doesn't look real. When you get up close to it, it's got so many different curves and bumps and holes and it's just undescribable. If you haven't seen Ayers Rock, you have to come and see it. It just looks, when you're driving in, it just looks like a big picture, doesn't it? It just doesn't even look like it's
the enormity.
should be there.
When you're up close, you can't get the enormity of it on the camera.
No, and even just driving like to it, you just think, oh yeah, it's like this rock sort of thing. But when you get to it, it's just huge and just amazing. It's just terrific. Yep.
Yeah, we've just come around the corner from the wave formation, and there's another bit of a water dip. See the black in the rock is from the lichen growing. This one looks like an open mouth. Big cave. And then beside the mouth is another waterfall, which you probably can't see, it's in the shadow. Yeah, another. You can actually looks like the grain, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and the bumps down that centre spine.
It's like a ribbon effect.
Yeah. And we're nearly around to the point. Some more little footholds in the side of the rock. This is basically the eastern end of Ayers Rock. And here's a wider out view of the end of Ayers Rock.
So I pictured, well, this is what I pictured the ground to be like, all hard and red, not sandy.
There are sandy patches.
So we come across some really sandy patches which the bike doesn't like very much. So we had to and it's like hilly, isn't it? It's like up and down.
Very good.
Yeah. Ridges.
The ridges, yeah. And the wind.
Oh, and it was so cold this morning.
It's warming up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's warming up, but it was freezing this morning when we first started off, but now it's starting to warm up.
Yeah, because we're in the sun now. And it's 10 past 9, so we've been going for an hour.
Yep.
And we're just riding around a sacred site on the eastern edge of the rock. And when we come back towards the rock, we can start taking pictures again. Yeah, that's it. You just lean forward and you pull back. And I think you must lean a bit or steer a bit to have one go off with the other. well, it's got a flatter side,
Yeah.
whereas the other side goes in and out. Yeah, it's possible. So this is the northern face of Ayers Rock, which is not as exciting as the southern face, in my opinion. That's just me. This strange plant that's just suddenly appeared. Looks like a fire's been through here. And these have sprung up after the fire. Yeah, looks like it killed these things. So that's from the brain around another little valley, rain valley, and then start of the lips. And we come to the kangaroo's tail, just the end of the rock there. So a little bit more rock art inside a pretty big cavern for Ayers Rock, that is, and all these funny formations on the roof which swallows seem to be making a home in. Would have been good protection from a storm. So Tracey's going to try out her new fly net. We have to park the bikes and walk into this little bit of a gorge, which looks like it's the bottom of a waterfall again.
Is it because there's too many flies now?
There's not
It
that
wasn't
many.
so bad before, but now there's heaps of flies.
Because the sun's up. So this is the gorge that we're going to walk into. So this is the old people's cave, where the old people sat. The ceiling is blackened by the fires during mala ceremonies. Men who were too This is the men's cave. Yeah, I missed it. Well, we finished our ride around the rock.
Yes, it took us just under
2 hours.
2 hours to ride around.
Which it was certainly a very leisurely pace. The really only time when we cranked it up to a bit of gear was around the eastern side,
yeah, back of
which was there's not much you could stop and look at on that side. But on the southern side, it's if you only have limited time, I recommend you do the southern side. That's most interesting and weaves in and out of the crevices in the rock.
Yeah,
good.
it was at least there was more things to see around that side, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, and the flies are out.
The flies have come back out.
And there's our rock.
And there's the rock.
Yep.
And that's where the you used to be able to walk up to the rock. See the footprint track. Apparently they pulled the chain down. It used to be there. We heard a story last night that the guy that put the chain there was actually the owner of Curtin Springs.
Yes.
Curtin Springs.
Is that where we're staying?
Back in the late 50s or early 60s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tourist buses never came out here before then. And yeah, so he put the chain up, and apparently when they took it down, they gave them back a couple of links as a souvenir. Yeah. Time for a cuppa and head out to the Olgas. So this is the Catajuta Mountains, commonly referred to as the Olgas. So we're going to do one of the walks here today. We're doing the walk up to the sunrise viewing platform over the Olgas, and it's mid-morning, late morning, so we just have a view from here and of the lumps of rock. And they call this this is called the sand dune, or they call it a dune, sorry, the can't say that second name.
Chuta?
Catajuta dune, it's called. Here we are, overlooking the Olgas. Pretty impressive viewing platform.
It's true.
You got seats to wait for the sunrise, and that's called a desert oak. that tree that we saw grows into a big one. It's called the dormant desert oak. Dominant. Tallest and most common trees on the plain, with their open spreading branches and foliage. Juveniles are the stick, and they breach into branches. So there's the bungles. And we also have a good view of Ayers Rock from this viewing platform as well. And I'll just pan around the desert and pick up the Olgas. And I'll just keep going and pick up the viewing platform. And this is the track from the viewing platform, and we'll just show you where the car parked down there.
White area.
And we're the only one. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
There's nobody here. So this is the Walpa Gorge at the Bungles, and we'll just see how far we get. Walpa Gorge has always been an important source of water, rare plants and native animals seeking refuge in this moisture-rich gully. Show respect. And it's a layout of a... Well, they class this as a grade 3 walk. It's rocky, a little bit reasonably steep. You look at over the countryside behind us, and
That's where you're walking.
got to watch where you're walking, yeah. But it's hard, as in firm, and they've pushed the loose rocks to the side to try and show you the path.
Oh, and give us a video when you finish, because I just want to stop. I just want to show you all the flies on Allister's back. He's got heaps of them.
And how many flies on your back? 2. I've got the hitchhikers.
You must smell.
Up the top of the rock. Back out to the valley below. Well, the pathway's just come into the shadow of the northern wall, and it's dropped 10 degrees. Look at these new bridges, they are fantastic. Well done, National Parks. Nice to see some of the entry money going back into the park. I think we're getting close to the end now. A bit more rock. This time it's loose rock, isn't it?
Yes.
Another walkway bridge.
Goodness me. Here we go again. Got Allister's back. Flies, 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 flies. Actually, look how many flies are around.
Yeah, they're everywhere. It's thick as.
Mm.
Thank goodness we bought these new nets yesterday or the day before.
Because our other ones we had just
Yesterday,
didn't do
yeah.
up. Yeah.
They were perished. The
Yeah.
elastics were perished.
And mine had a hole in it.
So this is the bottom, going up, 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 up. And we'll go to the right to where it ends, and then back down. Well, here we are at the end of the gorge, as far as they'll let you walk. And wow, it's still pretty cool in here.
Cool as in...
There's the moon. Oh, look at all those finches. I've got a million flies hanging around me at the moment and looking out down the gorge. And over there you can see a dead tree. There's about 40 little tiny finch birds on it. There's hundreds of them here. Well, we've reached the end. Was it worth it?
Oh, no, I think Ayers Rock is better.
Yeah, no, this is different.
Yeah, it's different, but yeah, it's not as breathtaking, I should say, as Ayers Rock is. Although it's still good.
It's different.
Yeah, it's very different.
But yeah, it's just a gorge between two monoliths.
Yeah, I think Ayers Rock's better. But anyway.
Well, we've done it. No need to come back. We're just coming back from the Olgas, heading towards Ayers Rock, and it looks pretty awesome just in front of you.
Just looks like there's a haze over the rock, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's starting to get hot now. Temperature's 30 degrees at the moment. We're just turning into Yulara and hopefully get some lunch here.
Under the tree.
So we're just at Yulara now,
There's one stone.
and we're trying to find the restaurant. Wow, lovely, lovely lunch, absolutely awesome. So it's beautiful steak, well cooked perfectly. There's a medium and had this black sauce on it. So delicious. I'm just going to reception to pay. So we're just going for a walk to
Okay, here we go. Look.
push the dinner down. So we're just walking through the Emu Walk apartments to Town Square. So apparently there's an IGA and a few other shops there.
Sun's got a bit of bite to it.
Yeah,
Oof.
this way. So this is Town Square, and there's a bit of activity going on. There's a bit of painting behind us. A few other gathering of clans under the shade. So we're in Yulara. In the, what's this called? A square behind the town square.
Yulara Resort.
Yeah, but this particular area.
I'd call it the square, I don't know. Yeah, probably just a square.
The centre of the town square, which there's shops around us and there's a bit of grass out the front. And behind my back is the IGA. And we're just sitting here waiting till 5:30. Then we'll head off to go into the viewing platform and get a spot.
See the sunset.
See the sunset, yeah.
Yeah.
And then go home.
Show them. There's walk over there.
Yeah, they've just opened Ayers Wok for dinner tonight, and that's Ayers Wok noodle bar. Okay, this is another ending of another video, and this one was a day trip to Ayers Rock and to the Olgas. And so basically we travelled in from Curtin Springs into Yulara and Ayers Rock, and then out to the Olgas and then back again. So that's Ayers Rock there, or Uluru as it's now called. And that's in Northern Territory. It's just in basically the bottom, out into the middle of the desert. So it's very hot and dry, and well worth a visit for anybody to come out and see it. See you next time.